Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sedentary Traveler. I was looking at scrolling Facebook and it was one of the Houston history pages, and there was a flyer for three theaters: the Eastwood Theater, the Delman Theater, and the Tower Theater. And it had their addresses, so I just got an idea, looked up the addresses, and decided to go out and pay each location a visit. Now, of the three, only the Tower Theater, the building, still stands. The other two are long demolished. So anyway, I'm going to take you out there, visit the locations, tell you a little bit about it. So, all aboard. Now, our first visit is Leland at Telephone Road in Southeast Houston. The first is the Eastwood Theater, which from my research was right over here. It carried the address 4537 Leland Street. Well, here's Leland Street, but today it is a City of Houston, looks like public works facility. It carries the address of 4501, but this is Leland and Telephone, so the theater would have been either right over here, which is what I'm guessing, or this building here, which is now a Houston fire station, and ambulance just came roaring out. But about this is where it was. It opened on March 6, 1936. The first showing was the Barbary Coast.
The Flying Cloud, 220 days out of New York and 15.
And from what I could find online, it was a theater until 1960. Okay, back here was where the Delman Theater stood. It opened on November 28, 1934. The first movie was Shirley Temple's Baby Take a Bow.
Who's that bunch of personality?
I'm presenting her right now. Baby, take a bow.
It closed on December 5th, 1969. In 1978, it was revived as a nightclub called Macabre, I don't know. And the building was finally demolished in 2002. So, not hard to get here. It is kind of hard to find somewhere to park, but you do have to be careful because there are a lot of homeless camps and people wandering around. Not as bad as it was about 10 years ago, but you still have to be careful. Last but not least, the old Tower Theater opened on February 14th, 1936, and the first movie shown here was The Barbary Coast. Now, in the 80s, it became a nightclub called Decadence at the Tower. And then it became a music venue called the Tower Theater. A lot of bands played here over the years. And I actually have a story that I'm about to share with you. I'm just going to walk around here and see what it looks like now. See, up ahead is Montrose Boulevard. Now, back in Halloween of 1992, I was 17 years old. I bought tickets to a concert here, the Shaman, Utah Saints, and I asked to borrow my mom's car, but they wouldn't know. Halloween, Houston, 17-year-old by himself? Hell no. So, being the creative kid I was I ended up borrowing the car. I told a lie that I was going to a haunted house in Beaumont. So, anywho, I ended up parking in this parking lot. Went in the Tower Theater, had a pretty good time, but then I had to leave because I had a curfew, and woe betide if I missed curfew. Well, I'm coming out here, discover my mom's car was towed. So, back then they didn't have cell phones, so I had to use the phone in the Blockbuster Video to call a buddy to come pick me up, but they told my parents, and my parents drove all the way up from Liberty to come out here to come get me. So I spent most of that night on that corner of Montrose with 4 guys dressed as the Droogs from Clockwork Orange. That was an interesting experience. When my dad pulled up, he was about ready to kill me. And that was a long ride home. My dad didn't stop to take a breath from all the screaming and yelling. And well, when he wanted to go to the impound yard to get the van out, but the problem is it closed at midnight, and he got there at like 10 after midnight, so we had to come the next morning. But today, it's now Acme Oyster House, although some company has bought it and they're going to revive it into a jazz club.
Presenting you right now, Daddy, take a